sun comes through. That's looking real good there. But this part of the rut can be really hard to hunt because there's not much movement until all of a sudden there's a ton of movement because a buck broke free or a doe suddenly came into heat, and a couple bucks were meandering around because they didn't have does. And now all of a sudden there's a doe in heat. Everybody runs after her. And so what I've been doing is just moving around to these different areas where I, like the downwind side of a bedding area in case a buck does, start checking those areas for a doe in heat. After he, gets done with one and moves on to the next one and tries to find the next one. So, how did the awesome cold front go? Where daytime temperatures were 21, 22 degrees, and, the feels like temperature was 4 and 5 degrees. Well, so that was last weekend, and Saturday morning, I was out on Urban and whacked a really nice doe. She did a little bit of a duck and spin, so caveman mind didn't catch that she caught me moving on the draw, and so she looked right at me, and I put the 20-yard pin right on her and squeezed off the shot, and I knew I hit her. But, I knew I hit her for a couple of reasons. One, I watched the lighted knock go into a lighted knock into a brown mass, brown blurry mass that was the deer. And then the second thing was there was no lighted knock and no arrow afterwards. So it's like, well, I didn't see a deflection. I didn't see, anything else. And obviously the arrow's not there. So it was a slightly quartering in shot. She basically turned and made it a frontal shot. Broadhead performed really well. Went in about 2 inches above the spine, really, almost just at the skin surface level, still at a down angle though. And then carried through her and came out her offside ham, and she went about 80 yards and died on her feet there. So that was really good. And then Sunday had a really great hunt on Sunday. Bunch of does. I did not see any bucks, which was unfortunate. But I had a doe tag in my pocket and a yearling and a big old mature doe. Big old mature doe came in, and the mature doe spotted me, but she took a different path, and the yearling came right in, followed the script, and went right by me and went to feed for 20-30 minutes, and then came back through, and on the way back through walked that same trail, and the doe had hopped off into the thick stuff, came back out, met up with the yearling, gave him all sorts of crap for being a dummy walking on the trail when there's a human there. And then from that point I drew back. Doe didn't catch me. She was giving the yearling crap, and I let the arrow fly, quartering away shot back from the second to last rib, and then exiting out the heart and right through the front shoulder, complete pass through like 30 some odd inches of deer to go through, and everything went really well. She made it 60 yards. So I think, unfortunately, the best part of the bow hunting season is probably over. It probably was last weekend with that awesome cold front that went through. I was hoping this week would be a little better. I did see a couple of young bucks moving around on Thursday when it was like 75 degrees. But that's the Midwest. We get these huge humps and these huge drops of temperature. So that's kind of a mid-November update for me. I know you guys are used to seeing a lot more action and all this stuff. I just really haven't. It's funny. So I have my phone mounted on my bow, or excuse me, my bow. How did I say that? My phone, yeah, my phone mounted on my bow to get all these shots. It's really funny when I don't do it. I see a bunch more deer, and I seem to get shots. When I do have it on there, when I'm fully prepared, no deer, and it's really weird. It's a conundrum. So anyway, that's a lot of jibber jabber about nothing, much ado about nothing per se. And thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully here we start seeing some movement, and if not, we got the dog in the car, and we are gonna go pheasant hunting. So we might be taking a week or two break, letting the deer relax, and just going pheasant hunting. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do to find the deer or keep yourself out of trouble. So if I can't find the deer, I gotta keep myself out of trouble somehow. Take care, good luck, and if you've had a really successful season, let me know in the comments down below.